21 Political Insiders join us now. I have Tony May on the Democratic side, Charlie Giroux, of course, the Republican strategist. And we've been talking about this Supreme Court case. It's going to consider an appeal by a Lancaster area woodworking company, as you gentlemen both know, challenging the Obamacare requirement that they provide birth control prescription coverage for their employees. So what are the issues at stake here? Starting next Tuesday, April 1st, no, take that back. Not starting next Tuesday. They're going to take it under consideration in the coming months, but also Hobby Lobby, a big company involved in this. So let's hear from them first, and then we'll talk to you guys about it.
The choice that the government has forced on us is unfair and not in keeping with the history of our great nation, founded on religious freedom.
Okay, Charlie, what do you think?
She said the two words that are critical to this case and should be critical to every American, regardless of their point of view. It is fundamentally and simply a question of religious freedom and the individual views, beliefs, etc. of the owners of this company.
So people who want birth control then just shouldn't work for those companies?
Pretty much. If you want to have somebody else pay for it.
No, but that's the thing. It's not. It's the question the court has to decide is, when someone has a fringe benefit, to whom does the fringe benefit belong? Does it belong to the corporation, or does it belong to the individual recipient? And if it's the individual recipient who is receiving the health care, then they're entitled, and then it is a civil rights issue. It's the civil rights of the woman who is receiving it, and she gets the control.
Interestingly, Tony, though, this all comes up in the context not of some civil right, but of Obamacare. This is a provision under Obamacare, one of many that is subject to incredible scrutiny, and it should be. There have been unbelievable numbers of exemptions created by this administration for a whole lot of different reasons, including huge ones like the overarching corporate mandate. Why can't they create an exemption for people who have a religious opposition?
They cracked open the door a bit, though, when they said nonprofits.
Exactly.
Allow that.
And that's the question at law here, Tony, is whether corporations have the same rights as nonprofits.
I think the decision will come down to whose religious freedom is it, and that's partly what you're saying as well. You're saying it's the religious freedom of the employer, and I'm saying it's the religious freedom of the employee. No matter what, whether it's Obamacare or any issue, it's the individual freedom.
You guys are never going to agree on that.
Not on that one.
Let's talk a little bit about the Attorney General in the wake of her decision not to prosecute those 4 lawmakers over in Philadelphia, all Democrats. There's been some moves to make proposals and some laws to try to limit the amount of gifts that lawmakers can
That's the good thing that's going to come out of this.
Do they have any chance?
I think they'll pass with very little opposition at this point, but I don't think that's the fundamental question here at all, Rob, at this juncture, because I do believe there's relatively little to argue about there. What's happened since we last spoke is Joe Peters, the spokesperson for the Attorney General, is out. Dick Sprague, all know about his career as a lawyer, is in this frankly bizarre incident down at the Philadelphia Inquirer where the Attorney General asked for an editorial board and then came in with Dick Sprague threatening to sue them and saying, I can't speak. There's just so much that's falling out from underneath the rug or out of the closet or whatnot at this point that there is obviously a lot more to come. But you now have Democrats, in particular the African-American District Attorney of Philadelphia, highly criticizing Kathleen Kane over her non-handling of this case.
And Seth Williams, the DA in Philadelphia, has the power now to take over the case with her blessings.
He does not, but that's okay.
No, he does. She has already said publicly that he can have the case if he wants it.
How much damage politically is this doing to her?
I think that it has already done a tremendous amount of damage. It will remain to be seen what kind of damage is done when other facts come out.
Well, what would a Democrat say?
No, I think Charlie's point, that magic word, when other facts come out. I mean, there's a lot we don't know. And, you know, she says that she couldn't get a conviction. We don't know what the strength of the evidence. She says it wasn't strong enough. It's a matter of conjecture until we get to see it, and we may never get to see it.
Well, that's a great question. Should we, Tony, have the opportunity to see it? Should that case be unsealed so that everybody can take a look at it and make their own judgment?
And again, it comes back to the individual rights of those who would be accused. I don't have an answer to that.
All right, we got to run. You know we're out of time right now. You can catch Tony and Charlie every Tuesday right here on CBS 21 News at 5:30, and every Sunday on CBS 21's Face the State. That's at 11:30, right after CBS's Face the Nation, right here on CBS 21. Well, this week, the Obama administration is expected to propose that Congress overhaul the electronic surveillance program. It would end the government's practice of collecting phone records of Americans and holding them for 5 years